Hi, and welcome to the sideboard. My name's Eric, and first off, I just want to say thank you to everyone. Was not expecting to do our first Milestone stream this quick, and I just want to say thanks to absolutely everyone for the support that everyone's given me in such a short amount of time. I really enjoy providing the content. I enjoy putting everything together and look forward to putting out much more. So with that being said, tonight we didn't have a lot of plans. Normally don't do a Saturday night stream. However, it just felt like doing something. No, we don't actually have a dev deck tonight, Emblem Gaming, and thanks for showing up, man. Tonight we've got two decks. We've got one from one of the viewers from one of Dev's community. KruphixMTG gave us a vampires list, a black-white vampires list. We're going to run a couple games with that. And then I've got a little novelty deck that I figured we'd run a few games with. Nothing, seriously overpowered. Nothing tier 1. Sorry, Justin. Tonight I'm actually not doing Dev's decks. He hasn't put out anything new since we did the mono black, and I plan to do at least one Dev's deck a week. The rest of the time I'll be focusing on making sure that the meta information is coming out. Dude, Justin, have you played that mono black yet? Like, have you got a chance to just smash somebody's face in with it yet? The deck is stupid powerful, man. Really had a lot of fun with it. But yeah, for the most part, I plan on just focusing on providing whatever it is people want to see, and it seems like people really want to see Dev's decks. So I will definitely try to make that a weekly thing. We'll run a Dev's deck every week if that's what you guys want to do. He puts out a deck tech, we'll play it. I'm good with that. I'm seriously, Justin, you're going to love the deck. We went 4-1 with it the other night, and I guess it was last night, night before last. Yeah, night before last, we went 4-1 with it, and like seriously, it was one of those decks where I had just picked the deck up, never played it, never really looked at it before, other than kind of went over it in coverage as it was a up and coming deck. That by the way, I did call the meta saying that deck would be a thing. But anyway, that was the only time I'd ever seen it, and we just picked it up and went 4-1 with it. So, and had some pretty tricky matchups. A lot of Sunscourge champions, believe it or not. So, well, with that being said, guys, let's take a look at this deck by KruphixMTG. It's a black-white deck. Now, the list he sent me was missing 3 lands, and I didn't know exactly what to do with those, so I added a couple deserts in here, 2 Sheffet Dunes and 2 Ifnir Deadlands. I didn't really think that it would hurt a whole lot, as there is a high probability of making a bunch of little 1/1 white vampires, with things like Legion's Landing and Call of the Feast. So I figured a few Sheffet Dunes wouldn't hurt, and a couple Ifnir Deadlands to give us a little bit. Is there anything I would change in that black deck? Honestly, guys, yeah. Hey, Krufix, man, good to see you, dude. I play a little bit of modern, not much. I'm mainly just a standard guy. But to answer your question, is there anything I would change? Honestly, depending on the meta, I feel that main board Aethersphere Harvester needs to go. It felt like the slowest thing in the deck, and guys, no lie, this is what I would replace it with. This card right here, Yahenni Undying Partisan. It would either be this, or if I thought I was in a meta that had went more control and just didn't have a lot of if I thought the meta was more control and you didn't have a lot of aggro in your meta, like your local LGS, I would take those 2 gifted. Here, let's pull up that deck actually. Let me pull up that deck so we can look at it. The 2 gifted Aetherborns that are here, I would I would probably take those out, maybe put them in the sideboard if I really thought that I was going to be running into a stronger, like a more controlling meta, and I would change those for what's it called? Glint Sleeve Siphoner. Glint Sleeve seems like it would fit this spot really, really well. Where was it that is blocking the name on my cell? Oh, I would change the one mainboard Aether Sphere Harvest. If I didn't think I had an aggro meta, I would make this change. I would take the one Aether Sphere Harvester and I would put it in the side for, and I would get rid of the supernatural stamina in the side. You got 3 mainboard. Rarely did we ever bring the 4th one in. And then if I didn't have a strong aggro meta, or I didn't think I'd need the gifted Aetherborns, maybe even cut one of these Aether Sphere Harvesters altogether, cut this other main board so you still have at least 3 Aether Sphere Harvesters in the deck, or sorry, 3 gifted Aetherborns and 2 Aether Spheres, because some matchups you're really going to want these cards, but in the rest of the matchups I would put in Yahini. I can't spell Yahini. There we go. I would either put in Yahini as a one of, and then 2 Glint Sleeve. I probably gotta do it. Yeah, here we go. I think my main board would look a little bit like this. And honestly, you could probably even get away with it just saying forget this Yahini and just go 3 Glint Sleeve for the goodness of it. Now granted, you don't have any other energy producers or anything like that, but Glint Sleeve itself, it would have to be answered. And believe it or not, on the Glint Sleeve, I think that the Menace would be more devastating than most people would think. The fact that it would just be getting in there, you know, early with, like, it would get in on turn 3 with Menace if they only had, you know, they dropped their turn 2 blocker, and then you could play your Rune Raider and you didn't lose anything, and then next turn you would draw yet another card if they didn't answer this. So that's why I think Glint Sleeve would be good. However, there's an argument saying that Gifted Aetherborn would do the exact same thing because of the Death Touch. They're not going to block with their 2-drop anyway, so you know that is a thing. However, I have seen, because I tested with this deck a little bit after the league, I did run into some Teamer Energy matchups, which is something we didn't get to run into in the league. And in those Teamer Energy matchups, they were totally okay with trading that early Long Tusk up, turn 1 attune, turn 2. Yeah, sure, you want to swing in with that gifted Aether Hub, or gifted Aetherborn? They would just pump the Cub and just go ahead and be done with it, and then the next turn you would start seeing Rogue Refiner into Hydras and so on and so on. But they would just deal with this early Aetherborn as quickly as possible. So that's why I feel that Glint Sleeve would be really good, because it doesn't give them the option to block. So let's go ahead and take a look at Krufix's Vampires list here. Sorry, I kind of went off on a little, you know, tangent about that on you guys. So we added the Sheffet Dunes and the Ifnir Deadlands, kind of rounded the list out here. Starting off with my favorite 1-drop in white right now, second favorite being the Cat. But Legion's Landing, 1/1 for 1 vampire with lifelink. That's pretty decent. And if you can swing with 3 creatures, it'll flip over into Adanto the First Fort. And then we have 4 copies of Fatal Push, 4 Vicious Conquistadors to round out the rest of our 1-drops. Now, in this deck, it's a vampire, so we're going to make a lot of use out of... Thanks, man. We're going to make a lot of use out of the Gifted Aetherborns here. Vampire will... hopefully we'll be able to get some synergies out of that. I can't wait to actually see a Gifted Aetherborn that can't be Lightning Strike. And with our 4 copies of Metallic Mimic, that could be a thing. We do have a few copies of Walk the Plank to go along with our Fatal Push. However, Krufix, I ain't gonna lie, now every deck that I play that can reliably turn 2 double black, that runs 4 Fatal Push, I am just dying to stick Bone Picker in those decks. Bone Picker was a beast. Yahini, for our 3 drops here, we've got 3 copies of Yahini, and I think that's going to work really well with us, which makes me a little bit curious as to why there are no Yahini's expertise, or why there are no, like, why settle the wreckage? Like, if you're running 3 Yahini, can't you sack one of your own dudes to Yahini and then like do like a Bantus to wipe the board and then have like a 10-10 Yahini left over? Just curious, like why would you choose that over something else? Sorry, man, it's just rare that I have the deck builder for questioning right here in front of me. Anyway, moving on up to 3s while we wait on an answer from our deck builder here. Because you don't play stand. Understood. I just thought that against tokens in our meta right now, that a turn 4, I would be 100% willing to turn 4 a Yahini's expertise after eating one of my own little, I don't know, vampires to make him indestructible. Against tokens, just wipe the board with a Bantus or a Yahini's expertise, and Yahini here would, like, I wouldn't want to do it with a Yahini's expertise because that would just kill him. You would want to do it with a Bantus. So I think Bantus or Fumigate would be really, really good in this deck. Depending on how aggro the meta is, Fumigate might be it. Although I don't know if we can reliably hit the lands. We'll see. Anyway, just kind of giving my feedback. It's kind of really the first time I'm looking at the list. I've been wanting to play with this card, Maven Vein. Wow, it just seems so powerful here. When one or more non-vampire tokens attack, create a 1/1 white vampire with lifelink. Sweet. A couple cast outs to deal with just about anything. Sanctum Seeker, because why not? I don't know if you'll need much life gain with this deck. This deck looks like it's full of life gain. Oh man, we don't get Night Market Lookout. It's not a vampire. Anyway, another 4-drop here is we get Call to the Feast. Sorcery speed, create 3 1/1 white vampires with lifelink. And then Grind to Dust, one of the probably least played kill spells in the game, but will deal with almost anything, assuming you have 5 mana to pay for the whole thing. This is really, really good card. It just doesn't get a lot of play. I guess it's because of the color combination, but awesome card. So let's look at his sideboard here and see what he's got. A couple of Authority of the Consuls, and looks like 3, 3, 3, and 3 here. So we got Authority of the Consuls for aggro, anything with haste or anything that might be coming in fast or making tons and tons of dudes. Fragmentize, that'll be really handy for dealing with tokens decks, search for Escanta, any of the ramp decks using the 3-mana ramps, Panharmonicons. Yeah, Fragmentize is in a really good spot right now, guys. Settle the Wreckage, it'll deal with anything. All they have to do is turn it sideways for us. Duress, seems like it'll be well placed against any control matchups we run into. And then Scarab God shouldn't stand a chance with 3 copies of Sentinel Totem here. Well, guys, that's the deck. Let's get over to the play lobby. We'll run a few games with it and see how it plays. Sorry, I'm not doing leagues with these. I normally just don't do Saturday nights, and I wanted to do Saturday night tonight because, I mean, you guys really impressed me with like the support you gave me. All right, we won the die roll. So I've never played this deck before, but this looks like a really good opening hand. I mean, seems really decent to me. Let's go ahead and keep this, and we can just jump straight into a Concealed Courtyard into a Legion's Landing. I know one of the coolest parts of this deck is going to be until turn 2, they're going to think we're tokens. And then as soon as we save vampires and on a Metallic Mimic, they'll know what's up, but still. Ooh, I'm not 100% if yes, I do want to play it. So we'll go ahead and play this because currently we're on curve, and if he does something to disrupt us, then at that point we'll, I'm not going to get in with that. Not yet. I mean, there was some argument to just shoot that, but this was going to happen anyway. If it didn't happen, then we would have been set for our curve. Yeah, I'll take 2 here. I'm okay with that. Metallic Mimic just saved us 2 anyway. Another concealed courtyard. I like this here. If we get to move to combat, if he doesn't have another, yeah, he's going to go ahead and shock this. Which, honestly, I think is a mistake. I think he should have waited for this to land and then shock this, but he may have an answer for it anyway. Yeah, he's got an answer for it. He's just stopping everything here. It's okay though. I mean, Soulscar Mage just swung twice. He's used 2 shocks. And we'll just pass the turn here. There's a hazard. We'll go ahead and get rid of that. Fatal push after fatal push here. Well, we are going to go ahead and get in, because that's a decent blocker. Oh, I like that. It's just gonna put up a blocker for us every turn. Every turn that it lives. Pretty sure we're just going to die at this point here. I mean, maybe I could have played this differently, but red deck is just absolutely run away with us here. Okay, so he's discarding cards to hazard it. 2 damage to the face. Bomat Courier, and then he's going to get in for 6. That's pretty good. We're going to kill the Bomat. Make him sack it and see if we can save ourselves a point of damage. He's just going to take the card, shock my lifelinker. Okay, so that was probably a mistake. I probably should have killed the Bomat before we even went into it. You know, I would love to play a league with absolutely every deck, but financially, it's not feasible. I'm a stay-at-home dad, and it's just not feasible. I would love to run leagues with everything, but and even with that mono black deck that I thought was pretty competitive, I still picked a friendly league. But I mean, you still run into good decks in friendly leagues. Well, I mean, I have to block, right? We want to keep the original. It was here first. I'm going to fight it out, though. I mean, I'm going to make him kill me. Then he killed me. Alright. Okay, so I know we've got some decent tech here against red deck for the sideboard. We're not taking Grind to Dust out because that'll get rid of Hazard, and it'll get rid of this will get rid of Hazard. Sanctum Seeker, it's gaining life. I think Walk the Plank is too slow. Maybe Cast Out is too slow. Maybe we want, let's see, I know we want Authority. And probably some number of Settle. Maybe not too many Settle. I think I'll cut one more Sanctum Seeker for an additional Settle here. Let's take a look at this. What does this look like? Our 4-drops do get a little bit high here. Against red deck, I just think that if I can get one of these down, this might be good. That red deck had a lot of burn in his hand, though, which I don't know if him holding a handful of Earthshaker Kenras, Kari Zevs, and Uncrop Crashers would be much better, but that's kind of what we're hoping for, bringing in the 3 authorities. I mean, we've got our life gain in here. We have our answers to Hazard. I switched Cast Out for Settle the Wreckage because, you know, if Hazard can swing, Hazard's going to swing. It's red's nature. I think that's it, man. I think we got to run it like this. Come on, red deck, we got you this time. So, what are your guys' predictions for the Pro Tour as far as meta coverage or meta goes? Like, do you guys think that it's just going to be more of the same, more teamer, more blue-black control, and more approach, more mono-red? This looks pretty decent, guys. I mean, we can call Vampire right here, get away with absolutely everything. I like it. So let's. We cannot cast the Authority, though, but I'm going to keep it anyway. And because I want to keep the option open for a turn 2 Authority, I'm going to play Swamp. Well, Krufix, honestly, there just hasn't been a lot of good Vampires decks, but there have been 2 interesting Vampire decks to show up lately. One of those was a Vampire, it was green-white Vampires, which, funny, right? Green-white. I'm going to try to go for the value here and just run this bad boy down and see if we can't get something out of it. We really need to get a white source. Sorry, but I was talking about the green-white Vampire deck and the... Man, another braid. Green-white Vampire deck and a... I want to say it's mono-white Oketra's Monument Vampire deck. Man, hitting all the unclaimed territories, aren't we? Well, should have been funny on that one called Aetherborn. I will just throw down Aetherborn here. Whoa, undo. Undo. I'm sorry, guys. I almost didn't leave up Fatal Push mana. I think I'm going to just go ahead and Fatal Push. This kind of sets me up to get wrecked by an on-crop crasher, but we'll do what we got to do. UB Control. UB Unclaim has not impressed me either. I tried it in a dinosaur deck, and it just didn't impress me. Speaking of dinosaurs, UB Control has been just I turned too late. Has just been really, really good in the format here lately. Man, I should have put an egg 1/1 counter on this before we swung. Nah, we're gonna swing anyway. We're gonna gain 2 life, or he's gonna lose his dude. I didn't think he would block. And I can't block the menace dude anyway, so I might as well get in for my life. Or for my 2 gain. Anyway, yeah, Unclaimed just hasn't impressed me a lot. There's too many spells in all the decks I want to play with. Well... Go ahead, kill yourself, fella. I am not worried about that. and thank you, gaming. If any of you've seen my Jun list, the very last game, I finally get to play the Rampaging Ferocidon. And when I did, I spent like the next couple turns trying to gain life. Yeah, I keep forgetting this thing. Like, I think we're gonna go ahead and put some neg 1 counters here on these 2 fellas, and then we're gonna play another of these vampire lands. We're gonna play this dude. Yeah, no, we're gonna gain some. We're gonna take some damage here. I'm gonna take 2 more damage. Like, this is probably pretty bad. Ferocidon, just card's good. So next turn we pay 4 mana, exile both the Rampaging Ferocidon, and then like swing, gain some life back. Wish we had enough to pay it and authority. Maybe we get a plains off the top, Sheffet Dunes or something. Ignore everything I just said, and that plan is gone. So, yeah, we're pretty much just dead here. That's red deck. Ryan, thank you so much, sir. Hey, appreciate it, man. All the support, all the advice, everything you've given me, I appreciate it, Ryan. Like, just big time in debt to you, dude. Thanks. Yeah, we only have one thing we can block. We don't get to gain life. Let's cancel that. So, do we have any chance at living here? Not much of one, do we? Anyway, sorry, Ryan. I was busy getting destroyed by a Glorybringer here. Untapped. I don't even know what untapped is, and that's not quite enough to finish us off. However, if we don't deal with that Glorybringer, it will be. We need a lot more life gain. Sorry, Zev. We're one white short of living, guys. Like he'd be able to swing in with that Glorybringer and we just trade him. Never mind. No, we'd swing this turn, gain 2 life. He wouldn't be able to just kill us in upkeep with ruins. Sorry, I'm still getting used to commentating and watching chat and things of that nature. So I think if we're going to say we're just going to make him kill us, which he can easily kill us. Yeah, we really just needed a white land here. If either of these would have been white, we would have actually been doing really good next turn. Yeah, we just really need a white land to cast this settle. I mean, because the gain 2 would have put us up above Raminot Ruins, so he couldn't just kill us in upkeep. He would have to produce 3 damage from something else here. So okay, so even if he'd abrade this, that wouldn't stop us. And then if we had the white land, we'd wait, we'd let him get his trigger, and then we'd give him 4 more lands, and we'd just cast this and move on into the next turn. Oh, okay. So that was game 1. That's the same guy in it. We don't want to go against him again. This event has been canceled. Yes, we do not want to go against him again. Map man, that's new. Ah. Don't you hate that? You gotta hate that. Let's just do this. Anyway, so well, I was talking about something. I'm sure I was. I'm bad about that. You guys are gonna have to help keep me on track, you know. I have to take pen and paper and write down my deck list and what topics I want to talk about, because I don't like to edit. I like to, you know, one take and go all the way through the whole thing. So I have to I have to keep myself on track. And this was a you know, just kind of a cut to kind of thing where we just, hey, we hit 100 subscribers out of nowhere and said, okay, well, let's do some milestone here. Well, let's play it this game, see how it plays out. I don't want to take that one game against Red Deck as gospel, but if we are going to run things like Sheffet Dunes and things like that, some Desert's Hold might be worth it, or something like that. I don't know. We'll see though. This looks like a pretty decent hand, guys. We can get in with our Vicious Conquistadors. Actually, I want to get in with those first. So, because there's just more aggro. So we're going to keep this. This is pretty decent. Well, that last game, I don't want to really count that, because those lands, they're deceiving. They're a trap. Yeah, I want to get down this guy because it's a 2/2 on turn 1. Or at least he swings for 2 on turn 2. I don't want to put down as much pressure as possible here. We can always play, like, next turn, play Sheffet Dunes, and then play Vicious Conquistador and Legion's Landing, so that the following turn we can swing it with 3. We're actually going to hide the Sheffet Dunes. We're going to sandbag it as long as we can. I'd rather than not know we have the power of Sheffet Dunes yet. So I can't risk attacking here. So let's just go ahead and make bodies. And then we're just going to pass turn. Next turn, though, we're going to get super aggro and slam in no matter what. But we're also going to play this Maven Vaughn here, or Maven Fane. Maven Fane? Maven. Yeah, I'm just going to call him Maven. Man, that card seems so good. That card's pretty good too. I want to try this infinite combo deck again. Like, no one's played it since, or I haven't seen anyone play it since like Kaladesh or something. Like, no one's trying that card. So what are our options here? So we got a couple cute options. We might be able to fatal push his Whirler. But if we play this guy, we're going to make a vampire. Yeah, see, I like swing and push too. Yeah, let's do that. I like it better than throwing Maven down. It's a Panharmonicon thing. What happens is you set up a board state at which whenever a creature enters, there we go. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield, you gain 3 energy basically. There's a way to set it up where you can actually gain 4 and you go infinite Thopters, infinite energy, but you technically only need 3 to make it work. If he just I mean, yeah, we're going to lose this, but I am definitely going to fatal push that. Man, I wish I had one more black land. But I like this as well. Wish I could have played that pre-combat, but I just didn't have another black land for it. To be able to fatal push after would have been so good. So that's twice the right amount of lands. Cam's thing from Friday nights. Cam's thing from Friday nights? What's Friday nights? It is a joke. It's a huge joke, but it's an infinite combo, and there's almost always an infinite combo. It's just the question is the infinite combo even worth playing or not? And in most situations, the answer is no, it's not. It's a jump. We're just gonna throw this down. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I tapped the wrong land. Just trying not to pay for. Oh, that kept us from getting our gifted Aetherborn down. Anyway, the Whirler, you use like a decoction module, Panharmonicon, play Whirler, and then go infinite. But there's some new cards that would make that deck, which should, in my opinion, be played in Grixis colors. Kitesail Freebooter and Hostage Taker look like they would go really well in that deck. And there looks like you, since it is a Panharmonicon deck and you are in Grixis, that you might be able to have one of those like transformational sideboards where you transform into Dowsing Dagger. Oh yeah, loading ready run. Okay, yeah, I know those guys. I should probably subscribe to them on this channel. I am on my personal channel. Man, I just really don't want to block this. Well, we can start making vampires. I think we'll just pass turn and see if we can go wide. An episode on Kaladesh? Okay. I'll have to check them out. I don't subscribe to absolutely every MTG, but well, the combo is a joke. Like, everyone was trying to make the combo work in Kaladesh, but it was bad. Oh god, it was bad. And that was just one of the things. I was like, well, could we revisit it? I mean, is it one of those things that is only yeah, I'm just blocking here too. It's not going to matter. Anyway, so the yeah, it was just one of those decks that everyone tried but just couldn't make it go off. Well, I mean, we can still block for a little while. Maybe we'll start getting some things. I mean, I can make another dude. We can stall. It's not like the deck's dead. We have live draws. We're at 19. And we're making bodies. And I'm going to attempt to kill this first. Like, I'm going to attempt to kill it now, so if it doesn't go through, then I would know to block it. But now that I know it's dead, I'm going to double block this rogue refiner and just be done with that. And that'll help clean the board up for us a little bit and gain us a couple additional life, which will help us really kind of fight back. And then, well, he hasn't used this for mana a single time, and he's already well beyond Glorybringer mana. This is no longer a threat. Like, why he's not swinging with it and trying to make it a bear at this point is beyond me. Well, at the time, I hadn't lost a body yet, and that was a 3-mana card. And if I had pushed that, then the push wouldn't have worked. So I think we just pass the turn here and make a vampire. So, I mean, technically we're still winning. I mean, we're not losing here. He's at 2 cards. We have recurrence on the battlefield. Yes, and it seems like it's a little bit worse here on YouTube than it was on Twitch. I started streaming on Twitch a little bit, but Twitch really seems like it's more for, you know, first-person shooters and things like that. Like, our community is more of one of the, it seems like more of just, you know, we talk, we game, we have fun, we do those sort of things. I'm currently just not threatened enough to use this, so I'm just not firing it off. I've got no reason to fire this off. So we'll just make a token here, and I'll take 2, kill the refiner. Those words can be said about almost every deck. Every deck needs card draw. You're always going to hit these points in a deck where some type of board state has happened and something just made the deck stall out and just blah, you know. But that happens. We may be stalling out, but we're still at 20 life here, man. Like, it's turn 9 and we're at 20 life against Teamer Energy. So that's saying something. Granted, we ain't seen Glorybringer or Chandra yet, but you know, we've got options. He's been using things like, he's been using his burn spells on tokens, and now we're going to throw down things like Sanctum Seeker. So yeah, we're going to be alright. Well, in one aspect of it, think of this as stall time so that your turns can be draw. Not all decks run kill, and not all decks run draw. Look at that. We've got a bunch of mana here. I'm curious as how we should do this. We can chump block this Blistering Hydra for virtually ever. And I think we just chump block. I want him to turn this sideways. If he turns it sideways, it puts us back on a good position. Come on. Oh yeah, see? Now we're wide open to start attacking. I'm even going to take the 4 damage. Well, with him being at 7 energy already, it's a little late to shut down energy. So we will make a dude. We will cast this on the servant. Mimic looks cool here. Let's look at this. So this Legion's Landing's about to flip. No, it's not. Not this turn. We can do 1. Oh, gentlemen, gentlemen, gentlemen. Which icon is energy? This one up here. Can you see my mouse? This is energy. There you go. Alright. We're going to play this. And we're going to call Vampire. We're going to make a Vampire. Cancel that. We're going to set this thing up so that it dies no matter what it blocks. I mean, technically we could do it after. I don't think the order matters at all here. So let's go. Let's just do this. And then we'll just do that one. We'll see if he puts a +1/+1 counter on it. That might make him try to burn through. Yeah. Silly. He wasted 3 energy. All I was going to do is take his +1/+1 counter off. Have to protect my Hydra. And then we're just going to swing. And this is why you play this card. So now the race is on. I mean, he's got damage, but he's going to go ahead and scoop it up. He can't outrun this. He has to start turning sideways to beat us. And we're going to just Danto the First for him to death. Sanctum Seeker, showing its power in the end there. So, because it's Blistering Hydra, I'm gonna go with this. I think this card's useless. I'm sorry. I get the feeling by the fact that you were cutting it probably from 3 or 4 copies of it down to 1 that you were starting to fill that. This is a much needed slot somewhere in the 1-2 drop section. Solemnity. It would. Hey, it's this song. It's probably my favorite song on the entire list. Caravan Bowser by OC Remix. Bunch of Mario and Elder Scrolls music for you guys. Alright, so aren't we running 4 Legion's Landing? I could have sworn we were running 4 Legion's Landing. We cannot keep this hand. Yikes. I don't really want to keep this one either. Oh, it's hard to keep a 1-land hand. Look, I know you guys watched me play Mono Black the other night, but that deck's built for it. That deck's meant for that. That's how you run that deck. I feel real bad about keeping this with a 1-drop, a 2-drop, and a 3-drop, and I'm scared to keep this 1-land hand. Okay. Opponent's mulligan to 5. Let's see if he goes down to 4. Settle on the top. We're going to put that on the bottom. When a deck is built for, you know, 1-lander, or like to keep 1-land hands, and is just built to run off of, you know, 2-3 mana. Like, we were killing people the other night with that Mono Black deck and on turn 5 or 6, and we were on 2 land, and we were putting out pressure the whole game. Like, on turn 5 they had 5 mana and they were still trying to answer our threats, and we're just kind of laughing as we tap 2 mana to cast 2 supernatural and staminas and on their fumigate. It's like, whatever, we're still coming. Okay, it's paid off. It's paid off. We are not out of this, and that's kind of what we're looking for. It's the Mario song, man. Well, I can't get in with that. Oh gosh. Which one does he kill? Yeah. Talk about something that that's something else that Mono Black deck had going for it. Its creatures were so meh that nobody wanted to kill them. You didn't want to waste Harness Lightning on the 1/1. Like, it's like, This deck runs creatures that are like, oh my god, I've got to answer that or it's about to kill me. Let me just do another Legion's Landing here. I'm gonna go ahead and just gain a point of life back. Help just negate what that servant does. With these life linkers, I'm just not scared with a servant swinging in. Like, you can do that all day. We'll just crack back and gain our life back and win the race. But yeah, it's just I don't know about this land situation. This is twice that I've not been happy to have unclaimed territory. Okay, so we got a fatal push here. Might get lucky and he just takes it. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Fine. We kill your dude on your turn. Yes, I was watching Stranger Things last night. The little polywog amphibian thing, land amphibian they found, started splitting. That I couldn't keep up with it. I didn't watch season 1. My wife did. She's all into those type shows, and I tried to keep up with it. I just didn't. I was not good at it. Well, we've got a smart opponent here. He read us 100% when we swung in with that vampire. He took the 1 point of damage, and now is playing around Fatal Push. Smart opponent. Rogue Refiner? Yep. I think there's a poll. Again, still learning YouTube. I think there's a poll up in the top right hand corner. I'm trying to ask all the viewers tonight, how long have you played Magic? How long have you been actively playing Magic? And I just want to know, so I know about, you know, kind of what kind of target audience do I have, and do I need to break things down on a more beginner level, or like, are you guys pretty much good with this? Well, that's a good land right there, guys. That is a great land. We just need one more off the top. I think I'm going to go ahead and try to gain a life here. We don't lose anything for it. We just gain a life. Never mind. It's non-token vampires. If I'd have swung with that, we would have actually lost a life. Yep, he's still coming. He's just going to try to get there with the Thopters. We'll go let him get like the 4 basics he has in his whole deck. So what'd you think of Stranger Things? By the way, Emblem, you're in Emblem Gaming. For some reason, it reminds me of this game called Fire Emblem. I used to play on Game Boy when I was much younger. Don't know if anybody remembers Fire Emblem or not, but... So let's take a look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's say we swing back. We gain 1, 2, 3, 4. We gain 2 back. Let's just do it now. Stop 3 points of damage, gain 2, so we still only take 3. Fire Emblem is... Really? Fire Emblem is still a thing. Okay. I had 2 Game Boy games that I was just stupid fond of, and one of them was Final Fantasy Tactics, which I originally had on PlayStation 1, and then Fire Emblem. Like, they were my favorite RPGs. I think it was Tactics Advanced on Game Boy or something like that, but good game. Okay, guys, we have a game going now. So here's the question. Do we hit Nissa? Do we let him Glorybringer? Because that's what I'm putting him on. I'm putting this last card as either Glorybringer... I'm I'm gonna swing at Nissa and kill this servant. Come on, there you go. Give me that servant. Okay. Let's see your glory bringer. Ooh. Two on 3DS. Oh, were you talking about Emblem Gaming, the Goonies? 3DS. I never got a 3DS. I didn't know Fire Emblem was actually still a thing. Just gonna get in for 3, huh? Well, we have to settle. Like, we can't continue to take 3. Of course, he kind of expected this. So he'll get his lands. Oh, like emblem. Like getting an emblem, yeah. Oh, this Planeswalker doesn't have an emblem. Of course, you know, it's got a very doable ultimate, which will probably happen to me next turn. Okay, so next turn he hits us for 12 in the air. We got 2/5/5 lands coming at us, plus the 2 he makes here. So just gonna play this because this is like he's coming anyway. So now we only take the 12 in the air, and we have blockers for both of these, assuming he doesn't hit Glorybringer. Maybe the better play would have been to play both of these to give me an additional blocker. But if he plays Glorybringer, we're dead to Glorybringer anyway. So there's one. Does he make the other one? Well, then he does now Glorybringer. Yep, he's making the other one. Glory, glory, glory. So if he plays Glorybringer and Ultimates Nissa here, it's game. Yeah, Gideon's got an emblem. He's just gonna scry. Alright. Well, you just don't want to lose her, and it's like, well, we'll do this later. If he takes too much time here, I might get out of range. I'm not sure he knows what's about to happen. I don't know if this saves me. I don't think it's enough. I'm not gaining that much. 1, 2, 3. It's not enough. And then he's just going to appetite that. He doesn't want to give me tokens. Let's go ahead and get in for gain 2 points of life here. If he blocks this, we'll get a third. We may end up having to eat it though. I'd really like to keep this Yehini alive, like so. I don't know what we do there. If he blocks with a Rogue Refiner, then maybe we shouldn't have swung at all. Wish this was damage dealt. We could redirect it. I hope y'all like the little deck that I've got for y'all next. It's a nice little novelty deck. Maybe we'll get to kill someone out of nowhere with it. Alright. Let's see if we just die here. We're honestly better off than we were last turn, when he had pretty much the same thing, 2 cards in hand, this on 6, 2 Thopters. Merfolk, dude, I've been begging for Merfolk to work, and I've played around with it 2 or 3 times, and honestly, the best versions of Merfolk I can seem to get together are Deep Root Water, or the enchantment that makes like 1/1 hexproof Merfolk. I have better luck with that enchantment than when I do those builds than anything else. Well, I know he wants to kill this. He'll double block up on that. We'll always yield to that. Yeah, I think it's Deeper Waters is the enchantment, but yeah, it's that's the only luck I seem to have. Like, use that and the little River Sneak guy that can't be blocked, but just gets bigger and bigger, and then you just cast as many cheap Merfolk as you can, and just keep getting in for like 3 each turn. That's the only luck I've had with that game plan. Okay, so we're not going to be able to kill this. I'm just going to eat it. Just in case he has some kind of like burn to see him use it now, I guess. I don't know how, but we're still pushing damage. I mean, this card's good. That's probably gonna do us in right there, considering I can't turn this sideways. Really needed that first fort flip. That would have set us up so good. Yeah, here we go. He's just gonna go ahead and get in for the damage. That's the problem I ran into, Krufix. That's why I'm wanting to build a good dinosaur deck and put out. I'm wanting to put out a Merfolk deck that I believe is competitive, but I'm one of those guys that it's hard for me to say, hey, this deck, run this deck, guys. This deck's good. This deck will, get you this or that. We got it, but I don't think we can swing with 3 creatures here. We swing with 3 creatures, we're 100% dead. So let's look at it. We swing with 3 creatures. We gain 3 life. We flip this. We will have the ability to make 1 more dude, so we'll be able to block 2. So let's say we block the biggest 2 being these 2. we still take 1, 2, 3, 4. We can swing. Okay. So he double blocks this, which means he has one less creature anyway. He's been wanting to get this off the battlefield for a while now. And I want this to flip ASAP. So, depending on how he takes this, we're pushing some damage at him here. Although we can always just make a Thopter and block one. There it is. This has been hard to navigate. Like, it just felt so bad half the time. It doesn't matter. Do we need to eat this? I don't see a reason to. Okay, well, we can block this one and this one. We take 3. I wouldn't know. I don't I don't have cards online. I don't own a collection. I guess I should tell you guys about that. So I don't have cards. So whatever y'all want to run, I run anything. Anything you want to run, I rent. There's a link in the description. Manatraders. Awesome. I will never go back. I have paper magic. Oh, I just killed us, dude. I'm sorry, guys. We're gonna be at 1. Sorry, I was talking. And let me make this and I'll pass turn. Anyway, Manatraders is like, you have this ability to just rent cards, so that alone is pretty cool. Yay. So can we get in for lethal here? No way, no how. Not gonna happen. No. Sucks. We can gain 1 point of life. We can block 1 of these. Block 2 of these. Don't think we're gonna get there, fellas. We're gonna get in though. Why not? Should kill that Nissa. Go out in style. Leave a message. Yeah, you might have killed us, but we try to kill your Nissa. It's not guaranteed. Yeah, we got her, guys. We got her. That's game. Let me show you. Like, I have... Oh, wait. That was just sideboard? Oh, that's right. We won game 1. Wow, we still have another game to play this, dude. Yeah, we've got another game here. Alright. I don't know if I can play it in 4 minutes. Well, we'll find out, though. It's probably one of the better hands we've had. Alright. So, here, let me push some buttons so that we don't waste time. I've been letting everything play slow. Tonight was about a discussion, getting to know you guys as a fan base, getting to know, you know, pretty much, like, what it is that you guys want. And what's the best way I can deliver that for y'all. Seems like everybody just wants Dev's decks. Is it from Undertale? You give me a second, I'll find out. This song is Final Fantasy V, Cursed Pirates of the Sea by OC Remix. I hope y'all like the music. I tried to not get like super lame music, but I wanted a little bit of kind of everything. Well, we'll get in with you, Henny. Maybe we can get aggro this game and just like steal it. All the other games we've had to come back from so far behind. It'd be nice to know that the Vampire deck has a at least a chance against Teamer Energy. I mean, if you have a chance against Teamer Energy, you have a viable deck. Why couldn't that have been an additional black? Alright guys, y'all probably will not like me for this play, but I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to eat this thing. Yahini gets indestructible. Won't cast this. And we're going to get in. Just trying to be as aggro as possible here. Black off the top, see if we can just like really steal these games. Pens are coming. It sounds German. It sounds like a word. What's the name of that book? That German. Oh my God, guys, we're getting there. I mean, this is 3 additional points of damage here, even if we have to sack this. I mean, he's going to have to get in front of this. He's putting the +1/1 counter on before he even jumps in front of it. Just telegraphing. So let's look at this. If we don't eat it, he takes 1 additional point of damage. He's at 5. If we do eat it, he stays at 6, and we swing with 2 more next turn, guaranteed. Alright, we eat it. Pass the turn. He's got that burn, he better use it here. He lets this resolve. He'll have to waste his mana next turn. Yeah, there comes the abrade. Yep, abrade. Unfortunate, but that means he could have just, like, if we hadn't have eaten it, he would have abraded the other one, in which case we would have then eat it, but Krufix, you've just taught me a valuable lesson. I'm gonna have to watch how I word things. So, anybody doing anything for Halloween this weekend? Anybody celebrate Halloween? I think I'm gonna go down to GP Phoenix tomorrow. See if there's anybody like cosplaying. Some buddies of mine are down there right now, sending back pictures of them with Owen Turdenwall and Reed Duke, and it's making me a little jealous. I ain't gonna lie. Well, we don't have a second black source to activate this, so that's bad. Yep, that's pretty bad. We'll see what happens here. We'll pass turn. Maybe we'll get some kind of threat. Oh, I thought you were being a little facetious there with the eat it comment. So, you guys want to have some fun? I know I have an accent, right? Turn the closed caption on one of my videos and watch just how bad that automated system tries to listen to my accent. Like, it just skips words. Like, it'll just leave words completely out. It's like we have no clue what he said. Well, that's a pretty good hit. So we'll go one black, one colorless, and we're gonna go. Like, if we wanted to live, how would we do it? We'd put one here, and then we put one here. He would still make a Thopter and swing 5 next turn. Like, is that it? So we die either way. Let's make him do it. Oh no, we can't even kill this because it just now has still a +1/1 counter on it. Yeah, we're game over, fellas. Alright, so on to our second deck. I hope you guys like this one. This is a novelty deck that I built and wanted to just kind of play tonight when we were kind of all talking, goofing off, you know, that sort of thing. But the idea of this deck is when people go, that card's bad, it gives your opponents the decision. The idea was to try to turn the decision into a bad decision for your opponent no matter what. And playing this deck, I realized how hard that was. But what we have is we have a setup where we use Metallic Mimic, we call Constructs, and then we cast Walking Ballistas, and the idea is to turn this card into a card that says 0 mana, 4 damage to your opponent's face. That's the idea. Sometimes it will become 0 mana, 5 damage, 6 damage, even more. But technically, if your opponent made bad decisions, you could instantly win the game on turn 3. It's never going to happen. But this deck could technically turn 3 win. Yeah, it's Artifact Storm. That's kind of the idea. I've been playing around a little bit with Fling in the deck. Fling's okay. I had it in the sideboard though. It's not supposed to be in the main board. I was playing around with things. Here it is. Combo pieces in the main board. Anyway, sorry. Where's the other combo piece? There we go. Alright, but the basic idea here is to cast as many artifacts as possible with Pia's Revolution, sacking those artifacts. There are 100 different artifacts you could find that are sackable to this dude to great value. There's so many I wanted to fit in this deck, and the real answer to half of them is there just wasn't room. So the idea to this deck is against control, where we're never going to be able to land something like a Pia's Revolution or something like that. The idea is to turn into a Constructs, like just flat out, I'm playing Constructs beat down deck. So we have, for Constructs, we have Bomat Courier, Metallic Mimic, Foundry Chief Inspector, Scrap Trawler, which is a beast against control decks, and our last construct being Walking Ballista. So we have some Vance's Blasting Cannons against control and to help us go long. This for when we want to seal the deal and really make them hurt for their bad decisions. And then to get back our combo pieces, more times than not, we're just going to use this to bring back a Walking Ballista or a Metallic Mimic. Basically, it just depends on which one we already have on the battlefield. If we already have a Walking Ballista on the battlefield, we'll bring back a Metallic Mimic so we can start sacking it. Or if we already have, you know what I said. And then to round out our lands, we have these 3 honorary lands here that brings us up technically to a total of about 23. The way I see it is, this can easily become a land. So let's see how this janky standard deck of mine works. Say again. Janky standard and another stream if you. Well, I'm going to give Deb's decks its own time slot. People seem to really like that idea enough that they want to see Deb's deck. So I'm going to give that a valid time slot there. Okay, so this is a pretty decent hand. All right, we win. So we got somebody that doesn't want to play their bad hands, so they just like scoop and they want to play 7 good cards. So yes, we'll play first. Same guy, you see it? He didn't like his hand, so he's just scooping. That's I want to tell you, anyone out there that's doing that, if you think that you're actually seeing what your deck can do by doing that, by only playing 7, you're not seeing what your deck really does. What you're actually seeing is how many times you didn't want to play those, and you might want to change your idea there with your deck. What's he coverage is playing? I would like to at least get one of these games in. Well, my streaming schedule as of right now is kind of open. As I don't have an actual stream schedule as far as a video output schedule. I'm going to keep this. We'll just go with the rhyming up here. The video output schedule is basically I'm going to try to put out content coverage or meta coverage for Tier 1 decks on Sunday evening or Monday morning, and have those videos out by Monday. This way, everyone knows, what we're calling Tier 1 that week. I want to do week by week meta coverage. These are the decks I would expect. This is what's hot this week. This is what's on people's mind. This is what just won in this event, that sort of thing. And we're just going to get all kind of lucky here, aren't we? Perhaps there's some argument to actually spending one of these to get my 3rd land so that I could guarantee my Pia's down before I even started to play more. But I'm just going to take a risk on another land here, as this is a cultivator. I don't know what we're playing against. But anyway, so Mondays we get out the coverage, meta coverage, Tier 1 meta coverage, and then Tuesdays we normally play one of those decks. We run a league with one of the Tier 1 decks, or at least play some games with it, and give an in-depth thought on it, or I'll put out one of what I believe is a competitive deck. I don't really have a budget series. To actually have a budget series, you have to put a lot of, I guess, work into it. As far as, let's go ahead and grab this. and I guess work's the wrong word. Like, you need to actually lay out what do you consider a budget, where you're going to start cutting cards. What are your criterias on a competitive budget deck? Like, can you say this deck is worth putting out? I mean, because I can technically put, you know, 60 commons in a deck and say, you know, this deck costs $2. So yeah, I'm sorry, rambling. What is this, like, weird ramp? He's got all the ramp spells, just all of them. Well, I think we'll just put this out. I mean, there's no Ulamog in the format. I'm about to be to a second Pia's. I can wait another turn. We'll see what he's ramping into. I'd like at least to be able to show this deck off once. Okay, here comes something big. Probably like a Verdant Sun's Avatar. Sifter Worm. Then reveal the top card of your library. You gain life equal to that. Wow. How about some Sifter Worm in Standard? I don't think that's a thing. I don't run any kill in this deck. If I had it, we would have just eaten this up. Which in all reality, I probably should have been swinging, considering he probably didn't want to. Well, it just blocked with a 0-3. Did we lose everybody else? Hey, finally passed priority. Anyway, as far as the stream schedule goes, Tuesday I normally run some deck. It's normally a tier 1 deck that I think is well suited that week, and that's normally what I run. And then on, what can we do here? On the following week, hey, geez, we can't do much here, can we? We can just swing. Here, kill this dude. He ain't even gonna kill it for us. Really? I gotta kill it myself? And he just gives it back. Okay, and then we'll just cast it again. I just wanted to see what, like, he's just not willing to take damage off of us, so if we do hit a ballista, we'll probably just go ham here. So Tuesday we run a deck, whatever tier 1 is that week. Wednesday we do the Fringe, where I picked Wednesday because it's midweek. It gives you enough time to get the cards, you know, for an F&M or something like that. And it's got trample. There's just no point. But I try to do it on Wednesday because most of the content providers that actually warp the meta, and the big ones being MTG Old Goldfish. Seth puts out a deck. it warps the meta every week. You're going to see like that deck 2 or 3 times that week. You know, you go run a league, you're about to see that deck. It's going to happen. And then anyway, so oh wow, I mean, I'm just gonna swing, like, just see what he does. Seems like fun. Cool. He blocked it. Take 6. Come on. He took 6. Yeah, alright. We'll get that back next time. Okay. Anyway, so Seth and Dev, all of those guys, they're really big content providers, so they've got huge followings, and when they put out a deck within the next couple days, those are the decks that are going to get a lot of play on MTG Online. And you know, you can make those calls, and for the past couple weeks I've done it, and then you can actually go and play leagues and like, look, these are the exact decks that, you know, I said these are what you're going to do. And I was doing that for some of my friends, and everybody's like, man, this is what we need. We need these kind of conversations. And me and a bunch of my friends, we have a Facebook group, you know, shout out to you know, work study group, but we have a Facebook group that is only like 5 or 6 of us. And matter of fact, one of us just went 7-2 in the GP here in Phoenix today. He's going into game 2. I did not go. I don't like sealed, but when it comes back in March, we're going to go do a standard event. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're just dead right here, guys. That's it's pretty brutal. I mean, let's block one of them. Yikes. It's harsh. I mean, we do 12 damage back, but it's not enough. Or he just gives us our cards back. Well, Walking Ballista off the top, guys, and we've got a game. Well, you can take anyone, almost anyone on the on YouTube, and I think most of the time their first name or their name is going to be oh, cancel that. Hold on a minute, let me cast this spell. Their name and then like at gmail.com. So if you want to just email me, SideboardMTG, which is the channel name, at gmail.com, and that's a direct message. But I appreciate any support at all. I'm extremely thankful you guys all wanted to help me in the first place here. So how do we do this? How do we just get in for a bazillion and still have mana to recast things? I think we just get in like this. Here we go. He's got to block something, right? Yeah, that's what I thought. I want this card. What is it? Walking Ballista, come on. It's a metallic mimic. Well, because this thing has trample, and then this other thing has trample, we're dead. So let's go ahead and go into game 2. Hi, Cat Caller. Welcome to the sideboard. We're just doing a fun stream tonight. I think I'll just bring in these. What advances blasting cannons. He doesn't have a lot of kill. We can probably get rid of these. Fling at him. Right. I'm sorry, dude. It's just hard to actually like play a game and watch chat. I'm sure I'll get better at it as time goes on, but it's definitely gonna take some practice. And with the delay, I'm definitely having to get used to the delay. It's pretty serious. Like sometimes I honestly believe that the delay is upwards of 20-30 seconds by the time you type something in and the time it actually hits the screen or something. I know my stream itself is about 10 seconds behind, and it was that way on Twitch, but it seems like on YouTube it's a good 20-30 seconds. It seems like forever. I'm not even going to get to showcase this deck for you guys. Thank you, Cat Caller. I actually spent a lot of energy on that Jun, or no pun intended, a lot of time on that Jun deck. I was really trying to tweak the numbers out on that. I had a buddy that really likes Jun, and we had quite a few conversations about it, and we just never could get the numbers exactly where I want them. And I think after that league, when we made the adjustment to 4 Glory Bringers, and I think that helped a lot. But all in all, the honest truth about that Jun deck is it's a horrible hand. We got all of our 3 drops. The honest truth about that, God, this is all land. I can't do this either. Sure. I'll put that on the bottom. I forgot what I was talking about. I'm sorry. I'm horrible. Oh, the Jun deck. Yeah, all in all, when it comes to Jun, the conclusion that we kept coming to was, yeah, you want to play all these cards, then you either need to be playing Sultai or you need to be playing Temur. You basically need to pick. Do you want to play Winding Constrictor, or do you want to play Glorybringer? And if your answer is Chandra and Glorybringer, then you probably need to get over on Temur. I'm actually going to hold off on playing my artifacts until after I get a PS Revolution down. I'm going to try to go that route. Okay. Have you actually played with the Jun deck at all, Cat Caller? Oh man, this would be good. Okay, Krufix. I think you'll like it. Just know that I dropped that Ronus for a Lifecrafter's Bestiary, and we actually dropped one of the Walking Ballistas for another Glorybringer. But other than that, everything else is the deck. And the Gonti in the sideboard became a second Lifecrafters. It's got to be more interesting than this, and this is probably going to be our last match tonight. It's a little bit after 10 already. and I'm just going to try to give this about 2 hours. John Control for Aether Revolt game day. Man, I have wanted to put some type of Jun. Oh man, I can. Let's cancel that. We can put out a bunch of power right here. Let's do this. Ay, ay, ay. Still can't swing in. I guess I'll just set up for a combo kill here. I've always liked the colors Jun. I've always wished I had about $1,700 to $2,000 to buy Jun in Modern. I played Jun in Modern, and then like I like the way those decks play, but they're so expensive. Let's see. Hour of Devastation as well, but now mid-range decks using dinosaurs, especially with the new Ripjaw Raptor. So one of the best Ripjaw Raptor deck that I've come across so far, and that is not a an end-all be-all. This may be the best one. This dude's running Ripjaw, but the best one so far is the green-black Ripjaw, or the green-black Dinos deck that I showcased. Now I didn't make that deck, but either way, it was still showcased. Oh my gosh! Let's see what happens here. Let's eat something. Hopefully he'll just give it back to us. Like, I'm not taking 3. He just gives it back. So we cast it for free. We draw another card. Okay? Alright. It's starting to work. Alright. We're going to cast it for free. Draw another card. See what happens. Is he going to take 3? He took 3. Alright. Now we have a land for the turn. Now we're going to get in. No, I think the green-black dinosaurs is way... It was one of the first videos I did a couple weeks ago when I first started doing deck techs. So it's a green-black dinos deck. The whole idea of the deck is to use Winding Constrictor and Walking Ballista to target the few value and rage creatures that you do have. Dino Constrictor, yeah man. There you go. That deck ran Ripjaw Raptor better than most. Because at the end of a turn you could pay 4 mana to put 2 counters on your Walking Ballista, then ping your Ripjaw for 2. That's paying 4 mana, draw 2 cards. Blue does that all day long. It's called Hieroglyphic Illumination. So it's not bad. Alright, so we're just going to go for some stuff here. That makes me want to eat something. We know this ain't getting through. So we will sack that first, see what we draw. An implement. That's what we're looking for. All right. So we can eat this one here. Okay, so since I'm about to try to draw through my deck, I guess we're going to look for another metallic mimic, but I want to kill this. Wait a minute, we have him at 11. I have to keep this alive or the trick don't work though. I have to eat the metallic mimic. It's got him at 3, or got him at 8. He'll draw his card. Now we'll see if how much we can draw. He's gonna take it. We're getting there. He's at 2. We can Ramin out ruins. Do you gain life? Can you gain life? Can you gain life? Am I missing something? Can he gain life? Okay. Alright. So that did him in there. We've already sideboarded for his deck best we kind of know how. The Jund list is really good. We did have to tweak it a little bit for the meta. I think when my buddy ran the list, he ended up on 3 Chandras, 3 Glorybringers, 3 Hydras, and he was running it like that, but he still went back to Teamer. He couldn't get over. He wants to play Rogue Refiner. Like pretty much everyone I talk to about the Jund list, they're like, "Well, why would you not want to play Rogue Refiner?" And I don't know. Why wouldn't you want to play Rogue Refiner? So even I don't have a good answer for it. It's just no one had a Jund deck out, and that was the most competitive thing I could come up with in Jund. And then meta shifted a little bit and the Glorybringers become more powerful again as aggro became. As aggro becomes more dominant, Glorybringer becomes more dominant. As aggro dies back down to control, Hydra becomes more dominant. Or at least that's how I feel in that deck. And it just seems to go that way. So depending on what you run into, what your opponent's draw was, like are you drawing into 3 control matchups back to back to back, or are you going to draw into something else? Man, this is horrible. I mean, we can keep it though. Honestly though, if I was going to play absolutely anything and I had to sleeve up a deck to take it to a standard event tomorrow, I would take mono black aggro. Just because of how smooth that deck went. Well, all 3 of these things, whatever. Niasaur is almost playable. You're right. Niasaur is almost playable. I am working on Infinite Combo Saur. I'm trying to name it Combo Saur, but I'm working on the Abzan Combo Saur deck. So we'll see how that works. Oh, I gotta take that click off. Scrap Trawler finally coming out. So the infinite combo is you take the, what's he called, the bellowing Aegisaur. I think it's bellowing Aegisaur. It's a white card. Whenever it's got enrage on it, whenever it's dealt damage, put +1 counter on each other creature you control. Well, if you have a Winding Constrictor out, you can put 2 +1 counters. If you have 2 of the bellowing Aegisaurs out and a Walking Ballista, well, I don't know if we'll make it through this, guys. If you have a Walking Ballista and 2 of those bellowing Aegisaurs out, you ping 1 and it'll put a +1/1 counter on the other one and the Walking Ballista. Ping the other one and it'll put a +1/1 counter on the opposite bellowing Aegisaur and the Walking Ballista. Goes infinite. You basically end up with infinite +1/1 counters on 2 giant dinosaurs or all of your creatures. Yeah, he's just gonna start crashing in. There ain't a lot I can do about it. So, I've got a few decks I'm working on, and I'm trying to find out which one I should put out. And those decks are my version of Pirates, which is, I try to do colors nobody else is doing. So, I'm trying to do a Esper Reanimator. I'm trying to do a Pirates deck, which is Sultai Pirates, because I want Vraska commanding that ship. And other than that, let's see, what other deck am I working on? Oh yeah, the Abzan. I've got an Abzan control list I'm working on, which is like, oops, all enchantments. It's almost all enchantments. It's got 7 cards in it that aren't enchantments. Untap. Why not test on Magic Online? Yeah, we just never got our second land here, so. Why an untap? Like, why wouldn't I just want to test in on Magic Online? Like, I know, like, everyone's like, wow, it costs so much money to be able to play in person and online, but it really doesn't. It just really doesn't. Like, take for example, I don't own any of these cards. Like, some of them. So MTGO is not paid by subscription. You pay like 10 bucks to get a starter account, or 15, whatever it is, and then once you have that account, you get this like starter bundle that opens up with a whole bunch of commons and uncommons in it. Like, you get that, and then once that's over, you get like cool stuff, like you get to go to the trade area and you get to find people and trade with them. And I'm going to go turn in my decks here. I'll show you how easy it is to trade. I promise, if you want to play Magic Online, this is how easy it is. I'm just going to give this dude all of my cards. I'm just going to give them to him. Hey, and save me 0 credits. They weren't my cards, they belonged to him. So I just turned my cards back in so that it stopped my mana hours. You only want to rent them for the time you're using them. You don't want to rent the card and then hold them in your collection for a little while. So I've turned in everything. Now you'll see I don't have these, I don't have these, I don't have Metallic Mimics. I do have my Walking Ballistas. I love this card. This card's amazing. Anyway, so let's say we wanted to play Gun Energy, right? Right click. Let me actually go clean my wish list out. Make sure it's clean. So I would just go to Jund Energy, right click Jund Energy, add missing cards to my wish list, and then we will pretty sure I can jump over here without showing anything that we shouldn't show. Yeah. So then you get something like this. We'll go to build a deck. Oh, I didn't save it, did I? Alright, so we go to binders. Check the wish list. Yes, everything we need for Jund Energy is in there. We'll save that. It's in documents. It's in this folder. Okay, cool. And then we're gonna jump back over to Manatraders. We're gonna upload this deck. Choose the file. We'll just grab that wish list. Upload that bad boy. Here's all the cards I need right here. And then I'm gonna say, hey, I want to rent those. This is my game. And they say, if you will run over to Manatraders Rental 2, he's got all the cards for you. They'll be reserved for the next 30 minutes. And then, like, you just jump back on here. You go back over to the trade, and you go, Manatraders 2, I want to trade with you. And he's like, hold on, fine, I'm getting you your stuff. He's not actually doing any of this. It's a bot. He doesn't actually think. And I know y'all can't see it, but it kind of gives you the value. Like the cards that I'm about to grab right now, the value of those cards in paper is $133. So if I wanted to actually go to buy those, why would you do this to me, Rental 2? There, Rental 2's trying to trade with me. And then he has all the cards I want. So I would just say, hey, give me all of these because I want to play with all of these. And voila, I would hit submit. I'm going to go ahead and take them. I would hit submit, and then from there he would say bam, done, and I now have those in my collection. Now the cards that I just borrowed is 133 bucks. So that means every hour I own those cards, or every hour I'm renting those cards, it's taking up 133 of what they call mana hours, and you get like 25,000 mana hours a month. And you can always buy more mana hours if you need them, but as long as you don't like rent cards and then start a league, run like 2 matches of your league, and then have to wait, you know, 2 or 3 days before you can finish that league. If you have to do that, you're going to like rack up mana hours for those entire 2 or 3 days, and you're not even playing with those cards. So as long as you can start a league, play the league, you can play Tier 1 Magic anytime you want to play Tier 1 Magic. You don't have to play budget Magic. For the amount of the subscription, you can just rent everything. So I'm going to go ahead and turn these cards back in. I'm just going to pick the rental bot. Sorry. Request to trade with rental bot, and he's just going to take everything that I've rented back from him. It's that simple, guys. So that's going to wrap up the show for tonight. I want to thank absolutely every one of you guys. I want to thank everyone that came out, everyone that has participated in our original March to 100. I'm a stay-at-home dad and trying to supplement, you know, family income here with some Magic the Gathering, or however I could possibly supplement the income. So that being said, you know, we're going to try to produce some content that's worth looking at. And if you guys will just let me know in the comments, things like that, what it is you want to see, we'll provide it. The main thing that I personally want to provide and just do for my own, you know, personal feel goods is I want to keep doing meta coverage. So if that only takes two days a week to do meta coverage, and you guys want some dev decks, or maybe Wedge from the Mana Source, you know, puts out a deck and y'all want someone to run it, I have the means to run absolutely any deck in Standard, and I'd be happy to run, you know, anytime with you guys. So let me know, and I'll be happy to play some Magic with y'all. Other than that, I'm gonna say I hope everybody had fun. I know I had a lot of fun. I really hope you had fun, and we'll see you next time here on the sideboard. Bye, guys.